What I want to do is get it all set up just how we have it here. I'm just going to slide the metal piece right in there. The holes are already set up, but it's really tight. That's why we have this ratchet strap here. So that guy's lined up pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and line up the other part. I think I can get the hole. They have one right here. So you slide the little carriage bolt in from the bottom. Get your washer on there. Seat your nut. And we have a nice impactor here to tighten it down. You can go on the other side and pretty much do the same thing. It's nice having it as flat as you can. My tables here are kind of not that flat, so I have it up on these little boards. It also helps to have some room to get this ratchet strap around it. The ratchet strap will help you get it nice and really tight. It's nice to kind of hold in some tension on the line. It'll help it just get set up for you. So we have a lettered system to identify where each mullion goes. And the reason that's important is because some of the mullions have eye bolts on them. That's these here. And that's what connects to the ring down below. So that's why they have a system of numbers and letters. The numbers will correspond with the plexiglass, but we're not there yet. So just what I like to do is I do this upside down. So the letters are identified to tell us where the mullions go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with number A. So it's good to have your screw kind of pre-positioned. The mullion has a nice little hole that's set up there. That's where the screw goes. I have my bucket kind of positioned here to help me support the first one. As they get installed, it's going to become more equal in weight. So this is just a good tip just to get started. You can have somebody hold it for you if you have a helper. But it's important not to overdo it. This machine's very strong. So the one on the opposite of that is number E, or letter E rather. So this is just kind of my technique that I've developed. It works really well. It's nice to have a flat table to work on. You could do it on the ground if you had to, but it's a lot easier being able to work like this. So now that I've got the two opposite of each other, I'm going to do the other two opposites. So this is letter C. Okay, so there you have it, folks. So the next step is we're going to go ahead and flip this over. So then I want to make sure I line up where everything's going. So, who's who? I got a number A. There we go. And everybody just kind of finds their little pocket. It's also nice that the Skylight's still elevated here. I have a little bit of room to work. I'll just take a second to kind of set these guys in their little home. So you see how some of the mullions kind of shifted? That's okay. it's designed to have a little flexibility. So everything is already prefabricated. The skylights are 100% assembled and then disassembled for shipping. So I was going to just start right here. What we have a 3-inch carriage bolt that's 1/4 inch wide. Slides there, just pops right in his little home. So I'm just going to kind of carry on. Alright, so now that that's done, go ahead, I'm going to remove my little support blocks because I'm going to have to turn this guy upside down to install the hardware. We just have a nut and washer that we'll install. All the placements are already prefabricated and ready to go. So you'll notice here that each placement has its space already prepared. So what we'll be doing is installing a nice galvanized washer with a galvanized nut. So you want to make sure you get them good and tight. There you go. So now we're getting into the next step where we'll be installing the plexiglass. So the mullions come with a lettered system that's going to coordinate with the numbered system on the plexiglass. There's just a small number written in the corner, 1 through 8. I like to start number 1 with the letter A, and I just kind of move on in sequence. So we start with number 1 because it's different than number 8. Number 8 is going to have a little vent assembly in there. And we put that one in last because there's a little hole. You can kind of move it around. The plexiglass is going to be really sharp, so make sure you have some gloves on. It's real deal. So what we have here is just my template. So I'm going to demonstrate on how to set the plexiglass in. You can see there's already holes provided. This is where the little screws are going to go. These are the screws that we're using. They're made for metal roofs. They have a little bonded washer on there. It makes it so the rain's not going to get through the hole. What you want to do is make sure you don't over tighten it because you can break the plexiglass. You want to make sure that it's just squished a little bit. I'll show you what that looks like. So I like to line up the plexiglass in the channel of the mullion, kind of like so. So I have the one side set. The polyurethane makes it sticky on here. So that's the template. The template's a little big because I hand form them down to size because each one is a little different. This is all handmade. Once these plexiglass pieces have been sized to their finished sizing, there's a very tight space on the top. These holes line up right where they need to be. This is my pattern. So that was just a visual demonstration on how to set a piece in.